Hello, hi my good people. I hope you're good. I'm also fine. So welcome back to my YouTube channel. And we are going to have a discussion that people suffer twice. Number one, refusal to accept, and number two, reality. So the refusal to accept, it means being in that denial phase, which is okay. But now there are people who dwell a lot in that, and they continue to wallow and wallow in their problems. There are people who, when something has happened, maybe a job loss, so they've lost their job, and they're like, why did this happen to me? Why me, not other people? Why not so and so? Why is this happening right now? God, why? It is okay to be in that state, but don't overdwell there, because when you dwell there for so long, it will drain you and it will lead you to depression. So denial is okay, it's one of the coping mechanism, but it is not okay to stay in that state for so long. So the refusal to accept, when someone has died, it is okay to go through the bargaining phase, it is okay to go through the denial phase. It is not easy to go and to the fourth stage, that is the acceptance. So make sure that even when you're in that denial phase, don't overdwell there, because we'll end up even taking alcohol, using a negative coping mechanism, taking drugs, isolate yourself, because you are still in that phase of denial. So make sure that even when you're in that denial phase, have someone who can walk you through the journey of just getting out of it. Because when you don't get out of it, you'll even end up. I've seen a client who even, like, sometimes she'll just speak with the dead, because for her, she's like, my husband has not died. It was a very, very tough phase and a very, very tough session. But out of all that and everything, of course, she's now in a better place. So you find that if you dwell there and you continue to focus your mind there, you'll stagnate in life. You'll not even think about any other thing. You'll not even move forward. Maybe you wanted to go back to school, you'll not even go back to school. Everything is at standstill, because now you are still in that phase of denial. So it means if you have gone through something, traumatic events, any loss in your life, it is okay to grieve. It is okay to be in that state of denial, but don't stay there for long. And most of the time, we have had people who, like, the wife died today, and after a month or two, they also died. Those are the people who, they were so much in love, that bond, and they're like, I can't let this go. And they have tried to cope, but they cannot cope, and they end up even dying. So you find that it is good to mourn, it is good to be in that denial state, but when it is prolonged, it is actually very, very dangerous, because you can end up even losing your life. You can end up even killing yourself. You can end up even not showing up to people who are left behind. Maybe someone has died and they have left children. So because you have dwelt so much on that phase of denial, you find that these kids, they will suffer. And for them, they're like, okay, mom has died. Maybe they're young, they don't even know what is happening. So you are depriving them from that love, from that um, support, because you have overstayed in that denial phase. And you find that you even make these other people not to heal, because when they try to heal, they see you in that state and they're like, oh my God, my mom is in this state, my dad, my sister, my brother, my friend. And you keep on reminding them of what happened. And even if they've made a step forward, they'll make they'll make like two steps backward. So make sure that it is good to grieve. Even if you have lost a relationship, maybe you have gone through divorce, through separation, maybe you have lost someone that is very close to you. Mourn them, cry, do all those things. Seek go for counseling. Those nights that you cannot sleep, wake up, cry. Those nights that the nights are so long, it is okay. You grieve, but don't overstay in that state. It will drain you. It will take away your health. It will make you even to see life as meaningless. It will make you even not to take care of people who are around you. It will make other people around you to be so much stressed about you, because now they're like, we have lost our dad. Now mom is not in a good state. 1 month, 1 year down the line, 2 years down the line, mom is not okay. So you'll end up even stressing other people. But one thing I love about the story of Job is everything that happened to Job. For me, I thought Job will curse God and die the same way the wife told him. But most of the time we judge the wife. But if you put yourself in that woman's shoes, you could have done the worst thing more than her telling the husband to curse God and die. So you find that Job went through a lot of things. But one thing that I always remember when I hear the word Job, when I read the book of Job, when I hear someone called Job, is Job said one thing: the Lord has given and the Lord has taken away. Like, in that state, like, it is not like you have lost one son. It's not like you have lost maybe one of your investments. Everything has crumbled. Like everything, literally, apart from your wife. And you are there saying, what? It is God who gave and the Lord has taken away. Let me tell you, it is not easy. It is not easy, I know. And that's why I'm saying it is good to mourn, it is good to cry, it is good to have those bad days, but don't overstay in that. The reason why Job did not give up and Job did not curse God and die is because Job, even if he has gone through all this, he was focusing on the positive side. Even when the friends came and visited him, and the friends were even judging him, imagine, and telling him, these things cannot happen for you if you do. Like, you must have done something. And that's how, even as we do to our friends, we tell people, haha, 5 miscarriages. Huyu ni kama alitoa mimba. This one has aborted previously. Now, the womb cannot carry kids. But you don't know what they are fighting. Oh, this one has been left. Oh, this one must be a bad husband. Oh, this one must be a bad wife. But you don't know the battles they are fighting. You don't even know what has made them separate, or what is making her to have miscarriages. But you are there judging. The same way as Job's friend. Job's friend were like, tell us, there's something you're not saying here. Why are you alone? Why are you? But we can learn from Job that there are times that things will just happen to us for the glory of God. Not that we have sinned, not that there's something bad about us, not that like we are sinners or we are less fortunate or all that. It's just for the glory of God. So make sure that you don't stay there for long. And now, number two reason why people suffer is because of the reality. I always say, when something happened, most of when you have lost a loved one, for me, when they're still in the mortuary, you're still bargaining with God, miracle can happen. But that time that they are now being buried, oh my God. And then munamwaga mchanga, it's the worst moment. Like, now reality. And then you go back home and you're looking at their clothes, you're looking at what they used to wear, where they used to sit. Oh my God. It is not easy. The reality is hitting so hard. And accepting the reality is not easy. Living with the reality is not easy. Like, when maybe I used to have some problems, I'll call this person, now they're not there. I remember when I lost my grandma, she was a mom to us, a parent and everything, because she's the one who raised us. And I remember that time, it was during COVID 2020. The days I would just call her phone in the middle of the night. And I remember after we buried her, the brother took the phone and the brother would pick and I would be like, I want to speak with grandmother. I want to speak with my grandma. It was bad because I was now facing the reality and I'm like, what? There's no one. And I remember it took me a lot of time, a lot of therapy sessions, even to visit home after we have buried her, because I was like, I cannot imagine going home and there is like, I'm not meeting her. I'm not like going and meeting my grandma who will be like, let's pray, and we'll pray and she'll cook for us. For me, I'm like, nah, I'm not going to that village. Not because there were people, there were like, not because people are not there. My uncle's wife was there, but this is someone who will welcome us, pray for us, cook for us, like, we'll have fun. Being that this was the only parent that I knew. And because our parent died when we were young, for me, losing my grandma was one of the painful deaths I've never experienced in my life, because she was a mother, she was a father, she was a guardian, she was everything. So you find that those moments they'll come, those night moments where you just cry your heart out. Nobody is even understanding you. Others have healed, but for you, you are like, this was someone who was really close to me. So it is okay to be in those moments. Call that phone, do everything, but don't dwell there, because if you dwell there, they'll take away your energy. So make sure that the reality when it hits, cry, do everything, but don't stay there. Just know it is the reality and accept it. Now, I don't have this job. Okay, you have cried, you have refused the denial and all that, but now the reality is bills need to be paid here. Life has to continue here. So what next? And then pray that God gives you the grace and the wisdom. And immediately, idea will just come, and you're like, yeah, let me do this and this and this. And that's how you get out of it. So make sure that you don't dwell in that denial phase. Grieve, mourn, cry, roll down, do everything that it is possible to help you to heal, but don't stay in the denial phase, because we'll end up doing other bad things. We'll end up in addiction, you'll end up spending your money, you end up even not going to work because you are depressed. Now you have lost maybe someone close to you. You'll end up even losing your job, and now you have a double tragedy whereby you cannot pay your bills at the same time you're mourning a death of a loved one. So make sure that if you're there, look for friends, look for a support system, people who can stand with you, above all, people who can pray with you. Because for me, even if I'm a psychologist, I always tell my clients, there's this part that only God can deal with if you're a believer, or any higher power that we believe in. And that's how the anonymous, Alcohol Anonymous, always talks about the higher power. It means there are things that only the higher power that can fill that void. So make sure that you have people who pray with you, you have people who they support you, you have seek counseling, talk to people, cry, don't bottle up the emotions, let them out anytime you feel like crying, taking a walk and all that, but don't dwell in the denial phase. Ask God for the grace, and also from your support system, make sure that you have gone to the second stage of acceptance, and now living your life and knowing that the Lord has given and the Lord has taken away. So for now, I pray that God will remember those who are mourning, those who are wounded, those who are going through tough moments in life, those who are going through dark phases in their lives, that God will give you the strength, that God will give you that peace that surpasses every human understanding. So for now, bye bye.